Be nice to Bilal, Bilal. Be nice to Bilal, mate. What's up, everybody? How the hell are we? What is up, Kenny? How are you, dude? What's up, Eric? What's up, Tracy? How are you, gang? What? Word. I'm far too old for such nonsense. How are you, Tracy? Good to see you. What's up, TY? How are you, dude? Another day of the post-Bilal era. Isn't it glorious? What's up, Prantham? How are you, mate? Shout out to India. Wish me love, inshallah. That's right. Okay, Unk. Exactly. Gang bang. Exactly, Larry. Exactly. What is up, everybody? Magnificent title reign from Bilal. Truly historic stuff. From Bilal Muhammad. Truly historic stuff. Hot news today. The hot news coming out of the MMA world today. Magomed Ankalaev. No one wants a piece of Magomed Ankalaev. You got that finger wag on point. The music? Yeah, it is time to chill. It is time to chill. Let us begin the chill session. Believe you, Jesus. Reject LGBT. I agree. Prantham, I agree, mate. I agree. What's up, Miguel? How are you, dude? Jack is going to take him out. Absolutely right. Hey, fellas. What's up, Daniel? Bilal got smashed, broken, and a broken orbital bone. This is true, Miguel. Bilal did have his face absolutely smashed in. Ocean looks bloody gorgeous today, boys, just by the way. Blue, flat, cloud coverage coming in over the horizon. Stunning stuff! Kenny is feeling very emo right now. Good. I'd rather Kenny be feeling emo than the way Kenny usually be feeling. Based Prantham. Yeah, shout out to India in the chat. Most MMA channels won't shout out to India, but I'll give you a shout out to India. The former one heavyweight champion of India, the former one heavyweight champion who was Indian, is now a free agent. And a lot of people are saying he should come over to the UFC. However, he is one of the few fighters in the world that has actually been disqualified from a fight because of inactivity, because he just straight up refused to fight. He gave up mid-fight. So I don't know if the UFC really needs that kind of energy. But there you go. There's a little bit of Indian knowledge for you guys. Let me read some chats here. Based Prantham. Prantham is based, mate. Alright, Eric, I can't read any of that out, but Magomed, get mogged, mate. It's time for JDM to move up and take that light heavyweight strap from Ankalaev. There's a whole weight class in between that, TY. Drickuses. So JDM's really going to have to move up. Conor McGregor levels of moving up against Nate Diaz, mate. Jack's nose is completely flat when he turns sideways. There is absolutely nothing sticking out. I know he's poor misses, mate. Can't get up in there. It's just flatness. Yeah, it does suck. The ocean is cold in the bay. It is, mate. It is. Bro Najari versus Dimgabar. The fuck are you talking about, Prantham? Oh, that's right! I said I'd watch a fight for you yesterday. Yes. And I will. And I shall. And I said that I would do it. And I will do it. We've got some fun content planned for the day today. But I did tell you that I would do that. And I will keep my word to you, Prantham, my friend. I will keep my word to you. So let me just go type that in. Najari versus Dimgabar. Let me catch up on some chats and just get it going here in YouTube, mate. Bilal will never be anywhere near the belt. No, Miguel. Absolutely nowhere near it. Oh my god, it goes for 16 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. There's a 20-second clip. We'll watch that. I'm not watching 16 minutes of a fight on the stream, mate. Bilal will never be anywhere near the belt. That is very true, my friend. I think Brady is the toughest fight for Jack Della Maddalena. Yeah, I think it goes Islam first, then Brady second. Yeah, for sure. Dougie loves to bully Kenny. I do not love to bully Kenny. Kenny acts in a way that deserves bullying. I'm simply doing the job that needs to be done. Islam is getting slept. Hell yeah, Miguel. End of round 4. TKO. He was Canadian. Oh, the bloke over at One Championship? Fair enough. He was Canadian, bro, like just heavy blob, like Indian parents from Punjab. Oh, interesting, because he fought under the Indian flag, and he obviously had the complexion the skin tonality of an Indian human being. So you guys are just straight up rejecting him, mate. What's up, Rob's neighbor? Good to see you, mate. How's the motorbike channel going? If you guys are into motorbike content, go and check out Rob's neighbor on his channel. Glorious stuff over there. Sounds lovely, almost making me a little jelly. The ocean of grass and asphalt outside my house looks alright too, but not quite the same, you know? No, it is... Yeah, Larry, I get it. I'm truly, truly lucky to have found this apartment. Yes. So sad will be the day that my lease inevitably ends and I get kicked out. Bro, JDM can fight Magomed and win because he's just fucking built different. He's fucking built different on you, Skynet. JDM is Voldemort's son. Exactly, Larry. Don't even say his name. And he has no nose. Totally went over my head. Because he has no nose. What's up, Toad? Good to see you, mate. They're ducking big Magomed. Magomed going to put Alex out in a rematch? I think he might, mate. I think he might. Cry Cara France going to chin Pantoja. I certainly hope so, Miguel. I certainly hope so for us Anzac nations. It'll be a tough fight, though. Pantoja's very good. Speaking of Kenny, free Kenny. Kenny's been here the entire time. Boob, not the AM bro. Kenny's been here the entire time. He fights under the Indian flag like Bilal fights under the Palestinian flag. Okay, there you go. I did not know that. I did not know that. It turns out that I have become, in my old age, Skynet and Prantham, I'm just learning this about myself now. But remember last week when I got Pujatoma confused with that Indian bodybuilder chick? And now I'm just assuming that this guy fights out of India because he's using the Indian flag. Turns out I've become woefully ignorant of the Indian culture, which is horrible considering that I did indeed live there for 3 months. Ian Machado Gary versus JDM, two young bloody welterweights. Miguel. Ian Gary couldn't do anything against Shavkat Rakhmonov and had to cling on for dear life against MVP. What do you think JDM does to him? Kills him. JDM murders Ian Gary. Dead. In the cage. Dead. Finally watched back Bilal JDM, and it wasn't close as I thought it was live. Clear 4-1 JDM. Most of Bilal's shots I thought were significant. Rolled with or partially blocked. Exactly right, Toad. I had it the exact same way. Once I went back and watched it without stressing about whether or not JDM was going to lose, I gave it 4-1 JDM. Pretty clear as well. Pretty clear 4-1. Send him 2-3 years to Punjab and forget. Dougie has the skin complexion of an Indian. Wrong. It's Eastern European. Bilal is from Chicago and he's American. Kai France has real power. He does, dude. He does. But Pantoja's very good at backpack riding. They never integrate. I know. Rednecks from America, no, they never integrate. No matter what country they're in, they just keep screaming, yeah, yeah, and talking about them guns. I agree, Eric. Southern Americans, rednecks, never integrate. I have a two-seater moped in the shop. I can't look at it the same anymore. I have a two-seater moped in the shop, and I can't look at it the same anymore. Why is that Rob's neighbor? What's wrong with the two-seater Oh! Because John Jones was being gay on the back of one. Fair, dude. Fair. I need to do some molly like John Jones so I can feel... John Jones was definitely vibing. Prantham, everyone says that Hamzat will gas out like he's not improved since his last couple of fights. Well, I mean, the problem is, Prantham, we don't know because we haven't seen him drawn out since the Gilbert Burns fight. So, yeah. What's up, Spectronominus? Good to see you, mate. He would smash Ian. He would murder Ian. I take Dougie for a ride on my two-seater moped. Only if you take the seats off, mate. It's not Ian Gary, bro. It's pronounced Ian Machado Cherry. Why Magado Cherry. Ian Magado Cherry. All right, Miguel, we can go with that. Kai France won't be chinning anyone if he can't manage to avoid getting Whittle Boo-Boos on the lead-up. He'll have to pull out again if he gets hurt. Yeah! Kai France and Sean O'Malley. What's up, Fight Talk Sports? How are you, brother? How are you, boys? Check out. Make sure to check out Fight Talk Sports if you're not quite getting enough of the MMA coverage that you need in the MMA world, or if you enjoy Anzac sort of content, go and check out Fight Talk. And Fight Talk covers all sorts of regional promotions, not just UFC like I do. He's actually a hardcore fan. Give him some love, boys. But Larry, to your point, I agree. Kai France has the body of Sean O'Malley. Frail, fickle, easy to get destroyed. Kaikara Franz knocked out Steve Urseg in round 1. He did, mate. He did. Luckily, that was the one... Well, not luckily. That was the one fight he wasn't injured for, and he punished our boy Steve. Based on the Jeff Neal fans' Shavkat fight, I doubt Gary will be able to deal with JDM's pressure and boxing. Yes, Toad, I remember that fight like it was bloody yesterday, because I remember screaming during the live chat so much that if Jeff Neal had just given 10% more, he would have been able to beat Ian Gary, and he didn't, and he doesn't. But JDM will give 10% more. Kyle, thank you for becoming a membership again for 3 months. Kyle, thank you so much. Enjoy the back-end content, brother. Memes and emojis and bloody great stuff, mate. So thank you very much, Kyle. I appreciate you supporting the channel, mate. JDM gets beaten by Ian the Alpha Gary. Absolutely not, Spectronominus. I know you're trying to annoy me with that one, mate. I know you know that you don't believe what you're saying, Spectronominus. I know you don't believe what you're saying. Darcy Vendy broke Jack's nose. Oh, there you go. I didn't remember the name at all. What's up, JT? Good to see you, mate. Being a redneck isn't necessarily a southern thing. It's just a stereotype. Plenty of rednecks up north, you dirty, dirty racist. What's up, beef fatty? JDM will get hurt by Buckley. Wrong, cunt. Wrong, beef fatty. Get lit and smoked up again, mate. Good to see you back. Good to see you back, beef fatty. I hope you're well. Redneck isn't just necessarily a southern thing. It is a stereotype. Plenty of rednecks up the north, you dirty, dirty racist. Yeah, I guess rednecks is what the Bible Belt is, right? So it's down the entire center of the country where there ain't no goddamn internet. You've got the Usman fight. Oh, yeah, I did forget the Usman fight. Fucking Eric. I tell you what, boys. This Eric the Rapist, he's a hardcore MMA fan. Look out for Eric the Rapist MMA YouTube channel coming soon. 2 vacated titles within a month. Crazy sport. It is Fight Talk. It is. Fucking madness, mate. I saw Dougie walking down the street. Okay. All right. Didn't know where we were going with that, but I knew it was Kenny, and it was not going in the direction we wanted it to go. Kaiko France needs to change his last name to Krantz for reason. Okay, that's classic MMA YouTube doing its thing. G'day, mate. Fucking oath, mate. Get the cash and dash. Steve Urseg is on a 3-fight skid. I know. He was 1 takedown away from being the champion of the world, and now he's on a 3-fight skid. As Fight Talk Sports just said, it's a fucking crazy sport. This is why he's got a channel, mate, because he surmised it perfectly. From being 1 takedown away from being the world flyweight champion to being on a 3-fight skid, MMA, it is unforgiving. Jeff Neal gave Shavkat a war. He did. G'day, mate. G'day, Simply. Kudos. So how are you, mate? I hope you're doing well, mate. The reason he went to the decision with Burns is because of his ego. He went toe-to-toe, he wrestled him, then it would have been a 1-round submission. Yes, Prentham, we once had a retard in here called, what was his name? Blueprint. He argued that Khamzat Chimaev could have finished that fight whenever he wanted to. He just didn't want to. And that he didn't want to get the submission on Burns. Yeah. Jeff Neal showed us how to beat Bilal. He did. He wrote the game plan, man. I'm not Kyle Me. Don't ever disrespect me like that. I'm not in a wheelchair. Drip Simtax. No idea what is going on. Oh, that Kyle Me. Yes. Leave him alone, mate. He did very well on the Mighty Mouse podcast. Magomed has smashed the division. Yes, they're running scared. They're all running scared. So UFC offered Alex Pereira Magomed Ankalaev UFC 317. Alex Pereira turned it down, then had a hissy fit on Twitter, and then said his Twitter was hacked. And then they called Jiri Prochazka and offered it to Jiri Prochazka. And Jiri Prochazka said, no, let's not go for that. I have university to attend to. And Jiri Prochazka is going to university. So, yeah. The lightweights are just refusing to fight him now. So strange how the world has turned out. In my opinion, I love that you automatically knew Will and Hurt meant to read in baby talk, and they weren't typos. I bring this to you. I bring this to you because I was fairly surprised. Well, there you go, Larry. I mean, I can get some chats right. What do Australians do for fun? Oh, go 4-wheel driving and surfing and shooting kangaroos. Yeah, all true. There's a big fucking lake out the back of Melbourne called Lake Eildon, and we like to take our 4-wheel drives down there and get fucking blackout drunk and then drive across it in jet skis as fast as we possibly can. That's some good Aussie culture, that is. What's up, Crisp? How are you, mate? JDM is so much better of a boxer than Buckley. It's not even fair of a fight. He dominated old man Colby, and people automatically forget what came before. JDM is so much of a better boxer than Buckley. It's not even fair. He dominated old man Colby. Yeah, I know. People are just getting caught up in the Buckley hype, Toad, which is fair because the Buckley hype is hyping. So, yeah, it's fair, man. Yep. There you go. What's up, Bilal's good eye? How are you, brother? How are you, mate? I was just telling the American boys in the chat about Lake Eildon and going real fast in your four-wheel drive and your jet ski and hunting kangaroos. You know what it's about, mate. You're an Aussie. I guess the Dick Alexia doesn't affect you much when it comes to reading baby talk, almost like your brain is better tuned in for that level of the English language. It might be, Larry. It might be. It says more about my brain that I have no control over than anything else, doesn't it? Bro, do you think DDP can hold down Khamzat Chimaev? I do not think DDP can hold down Khamzat Chimaev. However, I do think DDP is a broad enough, girthy enough, thick enough, juicy enough, veiny enough sort of a man that he can get up from underneath Khamzat Chimaev. Two Aussie champs. This is peak MMA. I agree, simply kudos. It's what a wonderful time to be alive. And if Kai Kara France gets it done, that is 3 Anzacs in the 6 male MMA divisions. Fucking Anzac takeover. Fuck the Russian takeover. It's the Anzac takeover. Magomed hurt Alex bad. He did. Did he hurt his ego? Who knows? I sent Fresh Siabi a $10 dono complimenting his brother's performance in his live stream a few hours ago, and he completely ignored it to read some bullshit question about Islam instead, so fuck that cunt. Fuck that cunt, Kyle. Send me $10 and I'll read your dono straight away, mate. Yeah. I don't understand people who don't read their chats. I don't. Like, it's a live stream. What else are you doing if not reading chats? Bro, I don't understand how the hell they can just strip Islam out of his belt of lightweight. I don't like it, but I guess if it's just the new way that we're doing things, fair enough. But I don't like it. Based Jiri, knowledge over everything. True, TY. Bro, off topic, but I thought Aussies have blonde hair. How come you have black hair? Because I'm half Serbian. My dad has got blonde hair, blue eyes. And as we often joke about in the family, not sure if he is my dad, but he took the job and he did the best that he could. So he's got the job, and I respect him for it. Sean Brady's a tough fight for anyone now. That is true, Miguel. That is true. The legend. If Khamzat focused more on the wrestling against Burns, then it may very well have been a round 1 submission win for Burns. Khamzat knew that. That's why he stopped wrestling. Yes, the Khamzat Chimaev fans like to just completely forget about the fact that Khamzat Chimaev said that he was worried about his ankle getting ripped apart from Gilbert Burns. Khamzat Chimaev is scared of jiu-jitsu, which, you know, if Drickus can hone in on that, and Drickus knows jiu-jitsu, that's great for Drickus. What's up, Moody Wizard? Good to see you, sir. I hope you're well. How do I cure my retardation? Take a brick, put it on your ceiling fan, turn your ceiling fan on, and lie directly underneath it. And if God wills for your retardation to be fixed, it will. Otherwise, you might end up like Bruno Silva. I don't know. DDP is gay? Question mark. DDP is gay? Question mark. Drickus is gay? 3 separate questions in a row from 3 separate individuals. What is the crime, sir? Enjoying a tasty, tasty penis? How many people do you think are... Okay, York. How are you, mate? Good to see you, brother. Probably 30% of MMA fans. Guessing by an MMA live stream conversation, about 30% of MMA fans. Drickus is a very veiny, triumphant bastard. He is a very veiny, triumphant bastard. That is true. That didn't stop John Jones. Drickus is going to take Chimaev out in round 4. I certainly hope so, Miguel. Drickus du Plessis destroys him in round 4. I actually like Guru's interview. First time seen him act like a real person. Yes, I thought Guru did very well on Mighty Mouse. I think if I could speak to Guru as a friend, I would tell him to just chill the fuck out, mate. Stop overanalyzing everything that you do. You're a perfectly normal human being. Stop overanalyzing social situations. Just be yourself, and yourself is fine. You are a normal person. Get out of your head a little bit and just enjoy the moments of life. It's okay. And if you do fuck up and embarrass yourself, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you did great, Guru. You did great. I also have blonde hair and blue eyes. There you go. See, Bilal? Bilal's good eye is a proper Aussie. I'm sure he has a 4-wheel drive and he enjoys hunting kangaroos. What's up, Moody Wizard? I hope you're well, dude. Send Dougie 2-3 years to Serbia and forget. Maybe one day, mate. We'll see how the BRICS currencies go. I've never seen someone just beat the shit out of Leon Edwards like Brady did. and not take any damage. Not even not take any damage, Miguel, but to quite literally leave Leon Edwards strikeless in the second round. I mean, Leon Edwards had a very good fight against Belal Muhammad in the fight just before that. Championship level fight, 4 o'clock in the morning, nearly finished Belal Muhammad in the 5th round. It was an admirable performance from Leon Edwards. The next time we see him, Sean Brady literally leaves him strikeless. Very impressive. Very impressive. I feel like people kind of forget just how impressive that truly is. Jiri would have just forget everything anyways after a brutal Ank KO, so he made the right choice. Yeah, I mean, what's important with university, Mr. Toad, is that you just get the credentials. As long as you get the certificate, what you actually retain in the real world afterwards is irrelevant. So Jiri gets the certificate now. Big Ank chins him. I hate this timeline because I'm going for Jiri in that fight. But Big Ank chins him, resets his memory, and then Jiri goes back into the world. There's no way a ceiling fan can hold a brick. That's true, boob. That is true. I think it was an armbar that Burns almost got him with in round 1. Was it an armbar? Was it? What's up, Cheddar? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well, mate. Was it an armbar? I thought Hamzat said it was an ankle pick. Either or. Dougie be really installing the best ceiling fan? Dougie really be installing the best ceiling? Oh, yeah, well, when I install a ceiling fan, I do it to make sure it can hold at least 250 pounds plus a rope. I feel like the UFC actually tries to keep Islam his belt, but since JDM wins and Alex and Jiri won't take the Magomed fight, they need a belt on the line for UFC 317. Can't have flyweights for the main event for International Fight Week. But then, simply kudos, why couldn't it just be an interim title? I ask you that, sir. Dougie like milk, 2% milk, so good. Dougie do not mind milk, but I'm a grown man, so I don't drink milk that often, to be honest with you. Even when I have my protein shake in the morning, it's just with water. I indeed have a 4-wheel drive, but I'm more of a fisher than a hunter. There you go, mate. Blonde hair, blue eyes, has a 4-wheel drive. Nearly got the trifecta on Bilal's good eye, but going fishing is also a very Australian thing to do, mate. Yeah, JDM Brady is amazing. Shavkat is always injured now. Yeah, Shavkat has been always injured, dude. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Prantham, are you still here? I'm catching up with the chat. It's time to look at your video, but I'm not going to bother doing it if you're not still here. So, Prantham, make some noise in the chat if you're here. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Word, word. Say g'day, Prantham, if you're still here. What the fuck was that? There's shit that flies past this window sometimes. Prantham's still here. All right, let's watch this little fight that he wants to talk about. There's shit that flies past this window sometimes. I bloody tell you what, mate. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've caught the chat's spazzed out again, Prantham. It didn't slow down. Sorry, mate. We're going to have to wait a little bit more time. Sorry, buddy. We nearly got there, and that was my fault, mate. That was my fault. Hang on a second. No, not 2 live chats. We don't want 2 live chats. We want that one. Yeah, all right. We're going to get... Prantham, as you can see on the screen, I've got your fight lined up there. We'll get to it when we get to it. Usually it takes about half an hour for everyone to say what they got to say, and then I can catch up. We're nearly there, mate, but the chat has flowed ahead. I've also got, if we need to talk about this, we're going to redo the pound-for-pound list, because we haven't done that since December last year. So the Dougie's Corners channel pound-for-pound list needs a complete reworking. So there's lots to do on today's stream if we get to it. If not, that's why God gave us another day tomorrow. Knock on wood. All right, let's catch back up, shall we? Where are we? Where were we? How do the lyrics of the song go? Wish me love, it's Bilal, inshallah, sure, help me. I have no idea, Dream Syntax. I have no idea. Wish me love, it's Bilal, inshallah. I've only heard the guru do it. Crow Ariel Helwani. Oh my word. I'm circling the UFC press conference, but they won't let me in. Technically, whey protein is a milk. That is true, not the AM, bro. But yeah, I don't suckle on, milk. Bilal is a purebred Aryan. No, I believe Aryans have blonde hair and blue eyes. Shavkat versus JDM for the title defense. I think, if possible, after JDM sleeps Islam Makhachev, but I think Shavkat needs to get back in there now, Skynet. I think it's been too long, mate. Yeah, I think it's been too long since his last competition. And by the time Sean Brady beats the number 1 contender, Leon Edwards, and Joaquin Buckley beats the number 3 contender, Kamaru Usman, Shavkat Rakhmonov's best win will have been a number 7th or 6th ranked at the time Ian Gary. So even then, Shavkat, even if you just took the activity out of it, Shavkat Rakhmonov is not ahead of Sean Brady and Joaquin Buckley. Shavkat Rakhmonov needs to get active if he wants to fight for that belt again. Buckley beats Usman at rank number 3. Sean Brady beats Leon Edwards, ranked at number 1. They're ahead of Shavkat. They can't have an interim fight above an undisputed title fight for the card, I think. They absolutely can't. That is true. Yes, they had the heavyweight interim title underneath the welterweight full title last time they were in. But these are just bullshit rules we make up ourselves, simply kudos. These are just bullshit rules we make up ourselves. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's like how people say you can't have an ESPN card without a title fight on the line. When they made Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson for a pay-per-view. They also made Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal for a pay-per-view. So this is all just bullshit. You know what I mean? Dougie Sealing has 4 children under 260 pounds hanging live. Okay, Daniel, why did we have to go straight to the children? I do not want a Shag Cats as a champ because I don't want to see a defense once a year. I agree, mate. We need Aussies in there. Aussies fight 3 times a year, no matter fucking what, mate. I got me paw all busted up, mate. Just give me a bigger glove, mate. Hey, let's go, okay. Let's talk about all the fight announcements are a joke and the UFC failed. I don't know. I feel like the fight announcements are pretty good, not the AM, bro. Which one are you not happy about? Well, I mean, if they're all not good, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? What was wrong with the fights? I think they're all great, mate. I think a flying spider because you got all types of... I think a flying spider because you got all types of spiders in Australia. We do have all types of spiders in Australia. And I have seen it raining spiders before. It was fucking horrifying. It was a thing out of a nightmare. They were all up in the gum trees, and there was this wind coming through, and all these tiny little spiders started jumping out of the trees and then trying to latch onto other trees. So they were casting these like long, thick webs all over the air. It was like it was raining spiders. It was horrible. He's baiting you, Prantham. No, we'll get to it. Sucks for Shavkat because a healthy version of him easily dominates and finishes Bilal, inshallah. Sucks for Shavkat because the healthy version of him easily dominates and finishes Bilal, but Shavkat may never be the same again, and he'll have to face guys like JDM and Brady. Yeah, it does suck for him. I don't know if a healthy version of him easily dominates Bilal. I still don't believe in Shavkat Rakhmonov. Again, the further up the rankings, the further up the top 5 Shavkat has gone, the less impressive he has looked to me. So yeah, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Toad. And I don't agree with you on that one. Not Bilal, I meant Bilal's good. I had no idea what you're talking about, Eric. Actually, Shavkat versus Islam for top contender spot, then JDM versus whoever wins. Bro, you censored Bilal. I didn't mean to censor Bilal. Shavkat versus Islam for a top contender spot. No, Islam Makhachev deserves to fight for whatever the fuck Islam Makhachev wants for. Can Ilya knock out Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz? No, they are unchinnable. I need Yuck wins so we can see 3 defenses per year. I agree, Crispathan. I completely agree, mate. We got no blockbuster fights. Sure, some big fights could be good, but it's nothing that we wanted. DDP versus Hamzat Chimaev is a blockbuster fight. Confirming that we're going to get Islam versus JDM later this year is a blockbuster fight. Ilya Oliveira for a vacant title fight is a blockbuster fight. It is. If Charles Oliveira wins another belt again. I mean, not the AM, bro. Are you hyped that Volkanovski won his belt back? Because this is the same thing, except with a fan favorite like Charles Oliveira. I still think this is pretty hype. Islam Ilya, Jones Aspinall, Pereira, Ank 2. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, Islam Ilya is still a sick fight, and I think we will see it eventually. But yeah, I get what you mean about feeling let down that we didn't get that fight. Jones Aspinall, absolutely. I think there's a reason we all made videos raging about that today. And then Pereira versus Ank 2. I agree with that as well. Yeah, we do need to see that as well. So yeah, we didn't get everything that we wanted, but I think you're being a fat little piggy at a buffet table, right? Like, you still got a pretty decent meal. You still got like 80% of everything that you wanted at the buffet. You just wanted an all-you-can-eat smorgasbord, and I don't know if that really works in the real world, right? Shavkat is a fraud. I reckon he is, Eric. Gary is a very good fighter and completely different matchups than Belal Muhammad. Gary is an okay fighter. He's okay. He's alright. He's good. He is good. Gary is a good fighter, yes. And a completely different matchup than Belal Muhammad. Yeah, but even before that, Shavkat didn't impress me that much against Wonderboy. And I know he had a broken foot. I know, but Shavkat's always got a fucking this or a fucking that. Or a fucking... It's never just get in there and fucking fight and show what you got. I don't know. There's always... Yeah, but Shavkat had this and Shavkat had that. He didn't look good against Wonderboy, I don't reckon. He looked good, but he didn't look like the fucking world beater that Laura Sanko was selling him as. You know what I mean? Nick has been TKO'd before. It was Nate. Sorry. Yeah, I just, it's the meme of it. You know what I mean? Ilya can't KO Nate and Nick. Only JDM can because he's fucking built different, mate. He's built different. Sorry, where was I? At first, I thought it might be easiest to just say no double champs at all, so fans won't cry about more champs having to vacate and move up. But the more I think about it, and here's the thing, Islam shouldn't be allowed to do double champ because he only fights twice a year. But I'm fine with actually fought 3 or ideally 4 times a year. So do you think it might incentivize champions to try and fight more often, if they straight up say you have to be able to fight 4 times a year to have a chance to move up? 4 times a year? I don't know if anyone would even fight 4 times a year. Like, I don't even think Volk was fighting 4 times a year. Or is he? I mean, even Alex Pereira, who had a super busy year last year, fought 3 times a year. And this narrative of Islam Makhachev only fights once a year is bizarre to me, mate. Tapology. I feel like Islam's very active. Tapology, Islam Makhachev. How often I feel like Islam fights pretty well, mate. Islam Makhachev. Okay. Since he won the belt, so he fought 1, 2, 3 times in 2022. He fought 3 times in 2023. He fought once in 2024. And he's going to fight twice in 2020. I don't know. I mean, 2021, 3 times. 2020, 3 times. 2021, 1, 2, 3. 2020... Oh, they were all cancelled. Fuck my arsehole. 2021, 3 times. 2022, 3 times. 2024, once. So 2024 was his only dead year, really. And in 2025, I mean, as we would have heard, he would have fought at International Fight Week if Belal had won. So he would have fought twice already. He would be fighting twice, locked in, definitely this year in 2025. I feel like 3 times a year. I don't know. I think Islam Makhachev, by every metric that we have, absolutely deserves to fight for champ. Officially champ. Both belts. Those are great fights, but not blockbuster. Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. I feel like they're really good fights. Blockbuster is John Jones versus Aspinall and Ilya versus Islam. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, but how does Charles deserve a title fight? Sure, he's a fan favorite, but we're pretending like he doesn't deserve a shot. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, Charles Oliveira, he's got 1 win off fucking Michael Chandler. No, that's a good point. Yeah, true. I will be a fat piggy. Yeah. Dougie's the goated MMA YouTuber. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Did you guys have Blockbuster Video Down Under? We did have Blockbuster Video Down Under. Loved it, mate. Bobby versus JDM. Who wins? JDM. Bobby's got no chin. I feel Shavkat gets overhyped because of the finish rate, but against what comp? Old ass Wonderboy Jeff Neal couldn't even finish the cuck. I agree. Simply kudos. I do think he is over. I do think he's overhyped. I do. He's a fucking casual, mate. Who's a casual? Me? Why? Because I have to fucking bring up someone's career? Well, let's just say once every 5 months, 1 month to recover after the fight, and still plenty of time for general training and fight-specific camp. No, Larry, I get it, dude. I think you're right. Like, you've got to prove to be an active champion. But I think, as of what we just saw, Islam Makhachev is an active MMA fighter. I think he clears for being active. 2022, he fought 3 times. 2023, he fought 3 times. 2025, he's already fought once. We have a yes for him to fight at International Fight Week. If Belal had won, that's halfway through the year with 2 fights under his belt. Islam Makhachev is an active champion. He fights 3 times a year, generally. He missed out on 2024. That's the only year since 2019 he hasn't fought 3 times a year. He gave Alexander Volkanovski 2 chances, one of them in home territory in Perth. Islam Makhachev deserves to fight for champ. I'm not glazing, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can't see the screen, Larry. Like, I'm pulling up his fucking... I'm on the screen. I'm pulling up. 2021, once. 2021, twice. 2021, 3 times. 2022, 1, 2. Booked in a fight, Beneil Dariush. That was cancelled. So 2 times that year. 2023, 1, 2. 2024, once. 2025, Renato Moicano. And he would have been booked in to fight at International Fight Week if Bilal Muhammad had lost. I think he's an active champ. I think he's just as active as any other champ. Reported to Dana for the title. Reported to Dana for the title. Oh, what's up, Nacho? How are you, dude? I mean, it's true, man. It's true. It's true, dude. I don't like the JDM Islam fight because JDM just won the belt literally 4 days ago and is being forced into a rapid title shot with Islam Makhachev. Fuck you, Islam, top rank welterweight. And then, no. Islam deserves to fight for a title. What is going on? And then a title shot, Michael Chandler as a bum. Islam will be the people's champ. Australia was one of the last places to have blockbuster. Oh, there you go. One of the last places in the world to have a blockbuster. Wish it was Ilya versus Sarukian since he beat Oliveira and got injured for the title shot. Sure, we should get another chance. Plus, he is the #1 contender. Yeah, so chat, would Ilya Sarukian be a blockbuster? Would it, like, if it wasn't Charles Oliveira, if it was the actual rightful #1 contender, Arman Sarukian, would you guys count that as a blockbuster? Yeah, nah, can't. Yeah, nah, yeah, can't. Yeah, nah, can't. Yeah. Islam is a good champion. Yeah, I feel like I don't get the Islam hate. I don't get it. Who was arguing this? They're a schizo. Dougie's sounding like you want to get back of Islam. Dougie's sounding like he wants to get on the back of Islam Makhachev moped. No, I don't think Islam is an inactive champion, and I don't think that he should have given up his title. See you in the next live. See you, Prantham. Sorry, dude. It's right here, ready to go, but yeah, chat's just going a little bit too fast today. Sorry, brother. People expects all champs to be like Volk and Pereira. Not every champ is that active and will expect short notice fight. I know Simply Kudos, and for anyone that's interested, I've done a video on this, breaking down the champions and how often they fight. And it is very normal for champions to fight once to twice per year. That is the average for every single UFC champion, as far back as I bothered to look, which was from the video, I think it was 2012. 2012, yeah. Schizophrenic. Islam deserves to fight for the title, definitely, since he literally finished all of the lightweight goats. He needs to fight. I still want him to fight either Ilya or Arman. Yeah. Arman isn't a superstar, true. I mean, we came in at 50-50 here. He did not fight 3 times in 2022 and 2023. He fought in 2022 and 23. So the last time he fought 3 times in a year was 2021. Picks your Serbian cousin would be like, shut up, dickhead. It's a banger. Ilya versus Arman, blockbuster. Laura Sanko versus Megan O'Leary, fucking nutbuster. Arman isn't a draw. Ilya versus Charles is a bigger fight. True. Yeah, Larry, I don't know, dude. Like, to say that you need to be able to fight 4 times a year to move up and fight for champ, I think that's too much. I think 2 to 3 times a year is fine. And I think Islam Makhachev is a normal, active champion. I think he absolutely deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. I can't think of any valid or legit reason to say that Islam Makhachev doesn't deserve to have a go at champ. No. Oh my God, Prantham, we literally... Prantham, are you still here? Because now we're at a stage now where I've caught up. I'm at the bottom of the chats. You got baited, RIP Prantham? I wasn't trying to bait him. I was just trying to get to everyone's chats. I see what they'll do with Ilya. I'll see what they do with Ilya Arman. They'll give Ilya everyone but Arman until the fans beg for the fight, making it a big fight. Same thing with Ank Pereira. Yeah, it's what they do, Toad, with the fights that aren't going to get a lot of clicks. They try and rage bait the fans into thinking they want to see it. Yeah. I don't like Islam ever since this goblin told Volk first time he fought Volk it was on his side, and then they fought in Dubai and the fans will be on his side when both fights were to his advantage. How was the Perth fight in Volk's advantage, not the AM bro? Sorry, how was the Perth fight in Islam Makhachev's advantage? How did that happen? Zesty Dougie versus Zesty Driggers would be a nutbuster. You can't count those cancel fights in 2022, 2023 because he ended up fighting someone else in the same dates. It's not like his opponent pulled out and then took several months to get him another one. You can't count those cancelled fights in 2022 and 2023 because he ended up fighting someone else on those same dates. It's not like his opponent pulled out and then it took several months to get into the other one. Yeah, Larry, I just completely disagree with you. I know that you love to pick an argument. I get it, man. I do. But I don't think you can call Islam Makhachev an inactive champion. He would have fought twice this year. He fought once last year. He fought twice the year before that. He fought 3 times in 2021. Whether that was championship or not. He's been out. Do we want only... it's not about what we want. I want champions to... Why can't we have it like fucking Muay Thai then? Where they fight every single month. But it is what it is and it is what it isn't. It's not Muay Thai. They don't fight every single month. What I want is fucking irrelevant. Islam Makhachev, by the average championship activity of every single champion that has come through the UFC since 2012, fights just as often as everybody else. So to say to Islam Makhachev, you are not active enough to go for champ when we did it for Amanda Nunes, Conor McGregor, Henry Cejudo, and Daniel Cormier since 2012 is a fucking retarded argument. He got me again. No doubt Islam versus Arman is the number one NLB lightweight fight. No doubt Islam versus Arman is the number one fight. Yes, that would be a fucking sick fight for lightweight. Seeing people upset over John versus Tom fight is more exciting than any fight Tom could have been in the meantime. Damn, Doug was baiting people again. What nasty... I wasn't baiting. I was being genuine. I'm trying to read everyone's chats, not watch a 16-minute fight on YouTube, which is what Prantham wanted to do. Seeing people upset over John versus Tom fight is more exciting than any fight Tom could have had in the meantime. To a point, Nacho. To a point. But I do think, what makes what happened last night, or what makes yesterday's video and the whole situation right now so infuriating is that the UFC was obviously actively scrambling to figure out what to do for International Fight Week. All the while, John Jones is just taking the piss in Thailand and fucking around for no good reason, it seems like. For no good reason at all. And again, if Tom Aspinall was allowed to pump through the heavyweight division the way that Pantoja pumps through the flyweight division, we might actually see the UFC trying to find him fights like they do with Pantoja, going and bringing in Kai Asakura from Ryzen, or whatever the Asian guy's name is. Tuku Tashima. Tasi Tuwari. I don't fucking know, but you know what it is. Always skips my messages. You made it that way. I never skip your messages, Eric. I always read your messages. He told me he does it on purpose. I do not do it on purpose. I need to be a No Chill fan first now because he knew I was Kenny the very first message I sent in his chat. First time I joined as Zesty Drickus. I mean, that makes sense. You know, real knows real, game knows game. No Chill would recognize one. Who's Armin and Bilal? Who's Armin? Who's Bilal? Hey, who are these guys? Who? What? Sorry, didn't hear you. Charles has a bigger fan base. Purists would like the Armin fight. That's what it seems like, yeah? That's what it seems like. It's 62% thinking that Ilya Topuria versus the number one contender, Arman Tsarukyan, isn't a blockbuster. Dougie hates mine. No. Do we want only 2 title fights per division each? Yeah, we got that one. Who did he beat to get his first title shot? Wasn't it like Bobby Green or someone? It was like Bobby Green or someone. It was Bobby Green to get his first title shot. That is true. But, Cheddarhead, are you going to say that that Islam Makhachev hasn't done the work at lightweight since then? Yes, he got given the title shot against Bobby Green, but since then, he rocked up to fight Charles Oliveira. And Charles Oliveira got his eyebrow cut. Now, according to Chael Sonnen, that was on purpose. Chael Sonnen said for fucking months and months and months that fight was never going to happen. But Islam Makhachev rocked up on the day. Arman Tsarukyan is meant to be his hardest fucking test. Arman Tsarukyan pulled out because his tummy hurt and he couldn't make weight. But Islam Makhachev fucking rocked up on the day. Since Islam Makhachev fought Bobby Green, Islam has consistently rocked up on the day. They even say that the brothers don't like pulling into a fight if everything doesn't go their way. Well, the weight cut in Perth, Australia didn't go their way. That was a hard as fuck fight for Islam. And he still took it. Armin pulled out when his weight cut didn't go well. Armin pulled out. Islam didn't. Islam went and fought Volk. I don't get the hate for Islam. I don't get it. I get it for like Bilal and Ank. Like Bilal has a 78% decision rank. He is fucking boring as shit. Islam doesn't. Islam has finished every single one of his championship fights. I don't get the Islam hate. If you were American, would you have voted for Trump? No, I wouldn't have voted. No, I wouldn't have voted. I don't even, like, we're forced to vote in Australia, and I don't even vote. He was a minus 400 favorite. W. Bate. Islam is an average champ. Yeah, Islam is just... He's a decent champion. He's a decent champion. There's no reason to hate Islam Makhachev. Islam has actually never won a fight. Shut up, Eric. Where am I at? Sick part of me respects John Jones on the back of that moped. I get what you mean, Nacho. Like, the unhinged part of you can look at what John Jones is doing, just taking the absolute piss of the entire MMA community and just go, it's kind of a fucking Chad move. Like, John Jones is, like, the whole MMA world is just in fucking chaos for UFC 317. And John Jones is just on the back of his moped going, I'm living my best life. I know what you mean, Nacho. The anarchist loves it, mate. Oh, God. Chat ahead. It is, though, Toad. It was Bobby fucking Green. Brother, who stripped my title? We have to check that moment, brother. I agree. How I see it is, welterweight has a lot of active fighters and lightweight is kind of being gatekept from new talent. Islam will probably need to fight 2 welterweights and 1 lightweight fight per year. So a minimum of 3 fights a year to not hold anything up. True, but again, this whole fucking champ thing that we're doing here, Crisp, is just a LARP. It's a complete LARP. Conor McGregor held on to 2 belts over the course of a year and a half, I think it was. He held on to the featherweight title without defending it once. DC never defended the light heavyweight title. Amanda Nunes held on to her bantamweight title while the division was fucking empty for 2 years. There is no reason at all that Bilal Muhammad can't fight Jack Della Maddalena in October or September. Islam, Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria fight for the interim title. And then after Islam has his moment with his 2 belts over his shoulders and he gets the fucking photos, after he has that moment with 2 belts, just vacate lightweight. Just vacate lightweight. They all, like... Everyone except Henry Cejudo has done that. They've all vacated their second belt straight away. And Amanda Nunes should have been stripped because her division was empty for 2 fucking years. She didn't fight in it. But she was still allowed to parade around with it. Like, it's a LARP. The fucking champ thing is and has always been a fucking joke. I am just arguing that if it's always been a joke, it's been a joke ever since Conor McGregor came up with it. If it's been a joke ever since it existed, why not allow Islam to finish the joke? Why not allow him to finish it off? I don't understand. You guys talking about Jones versus Aspinall. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for Chandler versus McGregor at 185. Never happening, Skynet. Maybe happening. Conor McGregor told Dana White to call him today. Me too, Nacho. I miss Thailand. You could ride around Thailand drunk and just pay a fine. Lucky enough to get stopped. It's great. Thailand is the greatest country in the world. That never happened. Love you, Zesty Drickus. The old Dana wouldn't have stripped Islam. I agree, Nacho. I agree. Actually, that never happened. It didn't. It never happened. Completely different. Never happened at all. Never happened at all. I don't know. There's about 3 months blocked off his calendar to keep 2 belts active. I don't know. There's about 3 months blocked off his calendar to keep his belts active in 9 months. Also, not true. It's literally just the Ramadan month. It's just the Ramadan month. That's the only one. Like, Magomed Ankalaev fought in the first 3 days of Ramadan this year. You can fight early in Ramadan. Poor Islam, his legacy as an asterisk because of his opponents like to pull out at last minute. True. John Jones is Crastamaxing hard. He is, dude. He is. If I were John, we would do the same thing. All right, shit, yeah, I mean, I get what John's doing. It's just like, look, from where John Jones sits, what John Jones is doing is an absolute Chad fucking move. From an MMA fan, From an MMA fan's point of view, what Jon Jones is doing pisses me off. And the fact that there are still people in my comment sections today defending Jon Jones. Defending Jon Jones today in the comment section is insane to me. That I don't get. How they can still go around calling him the GOAT and saying the champ can do what he wants, the champ moves at his own pace. You don't know what the champ is cooking up. The fact that that is still happening, unbelievable. 4 is too much, but you're just straight up denying reality now. There were 827 days between when Islam won the belt and when his title defense. That's an average. I don't give a fuck about averages, cunt. And Larry, I don't give a fuck about your fucking bullshit go nowhere circular arguments anymore. Okay? Islam Makhachev fights just as much as every other champion on average since 2012. I did the fucking numbers. I checked that fucking maths. Suck my cock. Islam Makhachev has done more than enough to deserve a shot at the LARP that is being a champ. Dougie only has like 40 brain cells left. Thanks, Kenny. Dougie has been huffing paint for too many years. True. Imagine Jones going to... Boom, roasted from Larry. Wrong. You were roasted, cunt. Suck my dick. Imagine Jones going to jail in Thailand for doing Jon Jones shit, and that's how Aspinall becomes the heavyweight champ. Problem is, doing Jon Jones shit in Thailand is like the reason Thailand exists. You can't go to jail for that. So, yeah. When was the last time Islam fought? Was it in March, April, or May? The last time Islam fought was in... January. But also, remember, and again, this is like when Not the AM Bro was saying that Bilal Muhammad was holding up welterweight. Bilal tried to fight in November or December, and he got a toe infection. It's not Bilal's fault he couldn't fight. Islam, they had the yes from Islam Makhachev that he would have been fighting in July this year at International Fight Week if Bilal had beaten JDM. Islam put his hand up to fight this year already again in July. He fought in Jan. He said he was willing to fight in July. All Bilal had to do was win, and Islam would have fought. Again, keeping up his activity along with every other champion. Imagine Jon Jones going to jet. We did that one. Isn't Ragyam to Rad? Oh, Ramadan 2 months. I think it's only 1 month. I think it's only 31 days. How yummy do you think Alex DeGrasse is? I don't, Yog. I don't. No double champ because it leads to clogging divisions and less fights. Either vacate or completely clear out the division before moving up. I like the idea of completely clearing out your top 5. But again, we've never held these rules before for any other. It's just, we're only just making up this rule for this one circumstance. It's like we've got these, Toad, these fucking imaginary rules that we all seem that we're clinging to for this one instance of Islam Makhachev wanting to move up to fight JDM. When none of this has existed before in the past when it comes to champ. But for some reason, for Islam Makhachev, we've got to put on the most stringent rules possible. I don't like DC didn't clear out all of light heavyweight. Fucking Connor didn't clear out all of featherweight. I don't understand. Like, for some reason, the moment Islam Makhachev wants to have a chance at it, it's like, no, you got to clear him out. You got to fight 4 times a year. No, you got to be able to defend both 4 times a year. It's fucking insane to me. It's so weird to me, mate. Where are the Fertitas behind the scenes? What made the UFC great? They bounced like 3 or 4 years ago. Your goat ran from the UFC to avoid Pantoja. Mine ran from a car accident to avoid the police. We are not the same. Your goat ran from the UFC to avoid Pantoja. Mighty Mouse ran to avoid Pantoja. Oh, man. Ducking is not a Chad move. Kind of is. I love Jon Jones. Motherfucker. I'm so far behind. I've been ranting too. Oh, my God. I'm so far behind. Let me turn the heater off and I'll catch up. Hang on. Okay. Lock in, Dougie. Lock in, Dougie. Just read the chats, Dougie. You're the streamer. You control the stream. Read the chats. Thank you, Nacho. All right. I love John Jones. Of course you would, Zesty Drickus. Lock Nina Drama, Laura Senko, and Megan Levy in a room. Who comes out alive? They all come out soaking wet. I like Islam, and it's whenever, as long as he's only defending one belt, but take a guy defending less than 2 times a year, give him 2 belts, and that means 2 divisions are having a title fight less than once a year. Again, the moment that Islam Makhachev has his photo taken with 2 belts over his shoulders, he can just vacate. They do that for most of the double champs anyway. John Jones is the GOAT. Look how he's living his best life, and we're all mad at John Jones, number 1. Honest to God, John Jones is the greatest troll in MMA history. The champ is promoting it to the max. John Jones is making people talk about the heavyweight division far more than Tom Aspinall versus Alexander Volkov 2 ever could. We need a cocaine crackhead championship. That would just be John Jones versus Conor McGregor. When was the last time Islam fought? March, April, or May? We just did that one. I remember a year ago when everyone was complaining about all the champs calling for the second belt, and the UFC just solved that problem by forcing them to vacate. It did, but I feel like Islam Makhachev should have been the last one to be given that opportunity. Toad, try not doing cocaine. Okay, you guys know what it's called when you say something to try and provoke Dougie into going full Craster mode? Fucking baiting him into it. That never happened. I meant he fights in the months of March, April, or May, usually January, October, sometimes in summer. I mean, he never fights in the months of March, April, or May, usually January and October, sometimes in the summer. Yeah, I think that's because in his first fight, he usually gets a little bit busted up, and then he has Ramadan, and then he comes back for the middle of the year, and if he can, he'll try and squeeze in one more towards the end of the year, depending on how his injuries have gone in the year before that. Dougie, do you know what I mean when I say I want to sit on it? I do, Zesty Drickus. You're saying that you want to sit on a giant penis. No, he quite literally doesn't, and you quite clearly don't think it's been too long since you did. You just can't do basic maths. Eat a dick. Keeping 155 and 170 active in 9 months, it's 2 of its deepest divisions. Again, once Islam Makhachev has his photo taken with both belts on his shoulders, we can do exactly what we did with Conor McGregor and Daniel Cormier and just strip him of both those belts. We pick and choose. Leave Islam alone. He vacated the belt. I don't think he should have been forced to vacate the belt. W inconsistency. That's the UFC. It's all inconsistency. Just because Islam wants to move up before fighting Ilya or Armin. Yeah, I think Islam Makhachev should have fought Armin Sarukian and then moved up. This whole fucking farce of him dodging Armin is retarded. You are far, far behind. NIG. He's back. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's winter in Australia. Damn right. I would not have kept him active as every other champ because he still only would have fought 5 times in 3 years. He has had the belt. Every single champion since 2012 has either fought once or twice a year. That is the fucking norm for UFC champions. Bro is spazzing out. Dougie sounds like an auctioneer. Let's fucking do it, Dougie. You'll never catch up, Chad. Ripping through these fucking chats. Eat a dick, boys. I did it. 2 minutes left on the stream as well. Nacho, let her rip, mate. Let her rip. L cheating, slow Dougie auctioning the fight. Get in there, you cunts. Fucking fight. Fight, you dickheads. Fucking go for it. Oh, my lord. Well, I guess we're not going to be doing the pound for pound list or watching old mates fight. That's not the one I wanted. We were meant to be doing the pound for pound list again. Dougie went into Glizzy over to shut the fuck up. Let's watch the fight. Prantham isn't here. Prantham wanted to watch the fight. Should we watch the fight while Prantham isn't here? No, that's mean. Oh, God. Next time you read that fast, you should put on the show. I should, Eric. And then, like, I've got some plaster dust right here, actually. I've got some, because I'm wearing my fucking plastering shorts. So I could, like, next time I do that, mate, I'll, like, put on the auctioneer glasses and rub the plaster powder on my nostrils and just go mad with it. Like, put the plaster dust on my nostrils. Have I got any plaster granules there? Yeah, put some plaster dust on my nostrils. Oh, fuck me. Dougie, we understand that you really want to suck Islam's taint, but this isn't about beating shitty Islam. It's just trying to set the standards for every champ to make things better for us, the fans. Well, Larry, strip John Jones then, not fucking Islam Makhachev just put his fucking hand up to fight at International Fight Week while John Jones is sucking some Taiwanese dick. And we're stripping Islam. You want to incentivize the fighters to actually fucking fight each other? Strip John Jones. Thank you very much for the $1, the Black Ginger Jew MMA midget. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate the $1, dude. Thank you. Let's watch the fight. I'm not going to watch it without him here. That's mean. What if JDM brutally take over as Islam and then we'll have to wait until June after Ramadan for him to defend against the interim? Again, for the 100th time, the moment that Islam Makhachev gets his photo with 2 belts over his shoulders, just strip him of the lightweight title. We did the exact same thing for Conor McGregor. We did the exact same thing for Dominic Cruz. We should have done the exact same fucking thing for Amanda Nunes. Active Glizzy Overdrive, pay a bestion. Okay, here's something gay, since we're choosing a rat. Yes. That Mr. Dono didn't miss the dono. No, it's called Craster's baiting. Craster baiting. Very good, Larry. You are the best at Craster baiting me. Easier to just force him to vacate and keep things moving. You can literally keep things moving and give Islam Makhachev the opportunity that he gave Alexander Volkanovski. Can't believe JDM managed to win even without you wearing the Craster shades. I know, but I really wanted to watch the fight, mate. Watch fight. No. Make a video of Dougie saying Bilal 100 times without a break at full speed. No, Skynet. Who would watch that? I love John Jones. You would. The Jew midget. Islam did not, in fact, agree to fight on International Fight Week. He did. Larry, we, the fans, don't deserve shit. We don't even pay for the fucking pay-per-views. That is true. You guys don't even buy the fucking product. You know Mexican MMA channel, whatever happened to him, he was very popular back in the day. I do know Mexican MMA. I don't know what this... I don't know what happened to him. I don't understand. I mean, I was in the gym the other morning and he was live. I don't know if it was a rarity, but he was live the other day. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. He was live. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know how you could get paid for this, and I don't understand. I don't understand how you could get paid for this job. If this was a job, and I actually got paid to do this, think about the amount of content I give you guys now, and I have to run my own business. Imagine if this was my job. Islam put his hand up, but he didn't, which is why he's not fighting on International Fight Week. Islam agreed to fight on International Fight Week. That works if Islam wins, but what if he loses? What's the problem if he loses? What's the problem if he loses? Book in and he's the next title fight at lightweight. And if it doesn't work with the lightweight schedule, strip him. Again, you're going to end up stripping him anyway. You're just giving him the opportunity to have the photo. He agreed he would be fighting in... He did agree to fight in June at International Fight Week, but he would rather wait for the JDM title shot, which he fucking deserves, because he gave Volk 2 opportunities to do that. Doesn't matter, JDM is going to knock his head off. True, mate. Mexican MMA, chew-wee-wee. Dougie hasn't hit the gym in 2 weeks, confirmed. Wrong. Oh, yes, great. Let's use John Jones as the standard, compare all the fighters to. That's how we make the UFC again. Brilliant idea. Well, you're the one that's talking about we should strip Islam Makhachev, the fucking lightweight champion who is defended against shortcomers every single time a shortcomer's been put in front of him, while at the same time allowing John Jones to take the piss in Thailand. This is what I don't understand. This is why I made that fucking video. Because we've got Islam Makhachev being stripped of his fucking title for wanting the opportunity that he gave Alexander Volkanovski, while John Jones is on the back of a fucking moped laughing at the fans that he's living his best life. It is fucking hypocrisy across the board. Across the fucking board. And MMA fans, and here's the retarded thing. The MMA fans here, this chat full of hardcore MMA fans, are agreeing with the UFC for stripping Islam and calling John Jones fucking a base Chad for not getting stripped. This is the thing. We are fucking supporting this shit. Girls in Thailand are like a box of chocolates. You never know which one's got nuts in them. Girls in Thailand are like a box of chocolates. You don't know which one has got nuts in them. Very true, Skynet. Oh, God. Oh, no, guys. He's thinking about his career. I know. Simply kudos. They should strip me of my pants. Okay. I don't agree, because if he did, he'd be fighting in June. Didn't happen at all. You're wrong. Don't leave the degenerates. You've burnt me out, boys. What video? We never saw the video. Dougie is spot on. Islam deserves the same chance he gave to Volk twice. I don't know how anyone can disagree. I think Larry is just trying to roll me up, and it's worked fucking perfectly. So well done, Larry. Love Dougie's patch. Thank you, Zissy Triggers. It's okay if we just make them vacate after that, but they need to define a thing, not a will see. But it needs to be a definite thing, not a will see. It's okay if they just make them vacate after, but it needs to be a definite thing, not a will see. Yeah, I think just strip them afterwards. I see Laura Sanko in my pants and undies. I will get stripped faster. Okay. All right. That's the end. That's the end of the stream. Crisp got the last one in. Okay, if Islam gets TKO'd by JDM, he won't be back until after Ramadan, and we'll end up with Topuria interim champ waiting around for a year and a number one contender, Armin waiting even longer. I don't think or agree. Toad, I don't know. I just don't understand how hard this is to grasp. I don't get why this is so hard to grasp. Like, the moment DC won his heavyweight belt, then, once he went into the history books as champ, then he was stripped. The moment Conor McGregor won his lightweight title, not even the 2 fights that he had at 170, the moment that he won his lightweight title, then he was stripped of featherweight. He still had his featherweight title while he did 2 fucking fights. All we're saying is give Islam Makhachev the chance. And then if JDM sleeps him and he can't fight again until Ramadan, strip him of the lightweight as well and let him pick whether or not he wants to try and fight at welterweight again or move back down to lightweight and fight as the #1 contender. Charles Oliveira fought Justin Gaethje, missed weight by a pound, and had to fight as the contender. He didn't fight as the champion. This whole system seems to be made up of fucking rules that we make up on the spot. On the spot. Yet we can't do Islam Makhachev this favor. For whatever reason, I do not know why. I cannot understand why we can't do him this favor. Yet at the same time, we can allow John Jones to hold on to his belt, ignore the interim champion, fight Stipe Miocic, who hasn't fought in 4 fucking years, coming off a loss, and have Stipe Miocic fight in a title shot, while Tom Aspinall defends his interim title. And the idea of giving Islam Makhachev a chance for his photo, just in case he gets slept, seems like the most fucking undoable thing in the world. I must be the retarded one. It must be me. This seems so insanely obvious to me. MMA Guru is to be the heavyweight champ by December 2026. MMA Guru is to be the champ. I mean, he could if he wanted to. That's the end. This is not the end. That's the end. Islam loses to McGregor. Let's see whatever. Well, this is the end. This is the last one. MMA Guru versus Dougie. MMA Guru would beat the fuck out of me. The guy is a giant. I'm 178 centimeters tall, and I'm 36. Islam tap 2 DP mid-fight. Check the scorecards. Jimmy Flick is the lightweight champion. DC defended both these belts. No, he didn't. But at the same time, it makes the fight even bigger if they do have them vacate before moving up. It's like how Chael talks about it. The guy moving up has nothing to lose. If they can hold on to their belt, it's retarded. Conor McGregor had 8 titles. No, he didn't. Yes, I agree. Islam loses to JDM, and then Ilya McGregor, and then Tony and Ferguson. They all go and retire in PFL. Yes. Dougie admit that Alexa Grasso's feet are sexy. No. Bilal sucks. He should have just gotten the belt back to Islam. But other, God bless Dougie. Okay. There's no interim champ. I agree with everyone you said, Dougie. We all do. It's you. Justice for Islam. Hashtag justice for Islam. Islam gets arrested for tax fraud after retirement. Mark my words. The fucking photo isn't worth losing a division. You don't have to. You don't have to lose the division over a year, Toad. You don't have to lose the division over a year. You do Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira in June. You do JDM versus Islam Makhachev in October or September. The moment that fight is finished, it doesn't matter what happens, then you strip him. If Islam wins, then you strip him of lightweight. If Islam loses and he's I want to see the fights, not for photos. The whole champ thing is just for the fucking photos. Conor McGregor fought twice at 170 and then still moved up to fight at Madison Square Garden. The whole idea of it is just for the fucking photos. That is the point of it, is just for the photos. That's McGregor. It's different because we make the rules up. It's different. It's different. Yeah, but it's different for that. Yeah, but that is different. So annoying. Yeah, but it's McGregor. So obviously we can make it up. Yeah, but it's Jones. So obviously we can... God damn it. Good night, chat. Have a good night. Have a good night, boys. I'll see you in tomorrow's stream. See you later, boys. Goodbye. Have a good stream. Watch today's video. It's the same video we all made You've seen it already 3 or 4 times. You know, if you were on any MMA YouTube channels, you saw the video. John Jones is sucking dick in Thailand, so enjoy that video. But I'm out of here, boys. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.